Ever wonder who's behind some of old Hollywood's most iconic scripts? The ones that captured hearts, changed the industry, and still echo in cinema today? In the golden age of Hollywood, it wasn't just the stars who made the magic happen. It was the writers who crafted the unforgettable stories. Today, we're diving into the lives of 15 writers whose words shaped the biggest films of the era. From screenplays that set new standards to those that sparked controversy, these writers were the unseen force behind Hollywood's greatest hits. Get ready to discover the legends who brought unforgettable characters, timeless dialogue, and captivating stories to the silver screen. So, who were they? Let's find out. Number 15. Ben Hecht. One of Hollywood's most prolific screenwriters, Ben Hecht is often called the Shakespeare of Hollywood. His work redefined how stories were told on the big screen, and his influence still resonates today. Hecht was the driving force behind the iconic script for Gone with the Wind, 1939, adapting Margaret Mitchell's novel into a monumental cinematic masterpiece. But his contributions didn't stop there. He also penned The Front Page, 1931, and His Girl Friday, 1940, two films that set the foundation for the fast-paced, witty dialogue that would come to define screwball comedy. What made Hecht's writing stand out was his ability to blend tension, humor, and drama seamlessly, qualities that shaped Hollywood films for generations to come. But what really made him such a genius? His knack for creating high-stakes moments that never lost their humor, drawing audiences into every scene. Stay tuned as we dive into the life of a writer whose words brought Hollywood's golden age to life. Number 14. Billy Wilder. Billy Wilder was a true master of both comedy and drama. His versatility as a screenwriter and director made him a dominant figure in old Hollywood. Along with his collaborator Charles Brackett, Wilder wrote some of the most enduring films of the era, including Sunset Boulevard, 1950, a dark satire of the film industry that remains as relevant today as it was then. Wilder's screenplay for The Lost Weekend, 1945, also won multiple Academy Awards and brought a raw, emotional depth to the screen that had rarely been seen before. What set Wilder apart was his razor-sharp dialogue, complex characters, and innovative narrative structures. He was able to create worlds that felt both real and unforgettable. How did he manage to do it? By capturing the harsh realities of life and wrapping them in biting humor and sophisticated wit, his films are both compelling and thought-provoking. Next, we explore the screenwriter who revolutionized old Hollywood with one unforgettable script. Number 13. William Goldman. Though William Goldman's career flourished more in the 1960s and beyond, his impact on Hollywood's scriptwriting landscape is undeniable. Starting in the 1960s, Goldman wrote Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, a groundbreaking film that mixed humor and action in ways Hollywood had never seen before. His script for All the President's Men, 1976, was another triumph, winning Academy Awards and showing his mastery in crafting complex, real-world stories. Goldman's influence extended beyond his scripts, though. He brought a new, unpredictable voice to Hollywood, carrying forward the legacy of older screenwriters while helping pave the way for more modern storytelling. How did Goldman manage to stand out in such a competitive industry? Number 12. Dorothy Parker. Dorothy Parker wasn't just a renowned writer, poet, and critic. She was also a force in old Hollywood. Her sharp wit and biting commentary were woven into some of the era's most memorable films, including A Star is Born, 1937. Though often understated in the grand narrative of Hollywood's great screenwriters, Parker's influence on film scripts is undeniable. She had a unique talent for capturing the complexities of humor, class, and social dynamics, which became staples in the golden age of Hollywood. What made her stand out? She could blend sharp humor with insightful commentary, creating characters and situations that felt both humorous and deeply human. How did she manage to shape Hollywood? Stick around for the story of a writer who crafted a script that defined a generation of filmmakers. Number 11. Nunnally Johnson. Known for his dual career as both a writer and producer, Nunnally Johnson was behind some of the most influential films of the 1940s. He adapted The Grapes of Wrath, 1940, John Steinbeck's powerful novel, into a film that beautifully captured the struggles of the Great Depression. His work on The Three Faces of Eve, 1957, and The Woman in the Window, 1944, showed his mastery in the psychological thriller genre, where he created tightly woven plots with characters that felt both complex and real. What was Johnson's secret? His ability to craft narratives that didn't just entertain but resonated deeply with audiences, capturing the social and emotional currents of his time. How did he do it? By focusing on character-driven stories that were as emotionally rich as they were thrilling, cementing his place in Hollywood history. You won't want to miss the next story about a writer who shaped the screenwriting craft forever. Number 10. Ernest Lehman. Ernest Lehman was one of old Hollywood's most celebrated screenwriters, with an impressive career that included classics like North by Northwest, 1959, and The Sweet Smell of Success, 1957. His ability to create suspense and tension made him a master of the thriller genre, and his work with Alfred Hitchcock on North by Northwest helped solidify the film as one of cinema's greatest. What set Lehman apart was his knack for building dramatic tension and intrigue in every scene. What made his writing so iconic? His sharp dialogue, complex characters, and ability to craft thrilling situations kept audiences hooked from start to finish. Lehman didn't just write screenplays, he created experiences that still captivate moviegoers today. Stay with us as we reveal how one screenwriter's words helped shape Hollywood's greatest classics. Number 9. Richard Brooks. As a screenwriter and director, Richard Brooks helped shape some of Hollywood's most emotionally charged and socially relevant films. His contributions to Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, 1958, and In Cold Blood, 1967, displayed his mastery in translating complex characters and relationships into compelling scripts. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, based on Tennessee Williams's play, showcased his ability to delve into the emotional struggles of its characters, while In Cold Blood took the chilling true crime tale from Truman Capote's novel and turned it into a film that was both gripping and thought-provoking. How did Brooks manage to bring such emotional depth to his work? By focusing on the human side of every story, blending tension and empathy to create characters that felt as real as they were dramatic. What made him stand out in Hollywood? His unmatched ability to tackle serious, socially relevant topics while making them engaging for a wide audience. Number 8. Robert Riskin. Best known for his collaboration with director Frank Capra, Robert Riskin was behind some of the most beloved films of the 1930s, shaping Hollywood's golden age with his distinctive touch. His screenplay for It Happened One Night, 1934, which won multiple Academy Awards, helped cement the screwball comedy genre and remains a classic today. Riskin's clever dialogue and ability to craft heartwarming, human-centered stories struck a chord with audiences during the Great Depression. What made Riskin's writing so special? His knack for blending humor with emotional depth, creating films that were both entertaining and relatable. How did his work stand the test of time? Get ready for the next story about a writer whose script still echoes through Hollywood today. Number 7. John Huston. Though John Huston is often remembered as a director, his influence as a screenwriter was equally significant. Huston worked on the screenplays for The Maltese Falcon, 1941, and The Asphalt Jungle, 1950, two films that helped define the film noir genre. His writing was marked by tough, gritty realism and sharp dialogue, perfectly capturing the dark, cynical themes of these iconic films. What made Huston's scripts so compelling? His ability to create characters who lived on the edge of morality, driven by complex motivations and desires. How did he bring these characters to life? Number 6. Joe Orton. Joe Orton may have had a relatively brief time in Hollywood, but his impact was nothing short of profound. Orton's play Entertaining Mr. Sloane, 1964, and its adaptation into the film Prick Up Your Ears, 1987, established him as a significant figure in British cinema. His sharp wit, irreverent humor, and exploration of taboo subjects brought a fresh, subversive energy to Hollywood's scriptwriting scene. What made Orton's work stand out? His boldness in tackling subjects many others avoided, breaking boundaries and challenging social norms. How did he make his mark? By writing with unapologetic humor and a fearless approach to taboo themes, Orton injected a new kind of energy into Hollywood's screenwriting world. You won't believe the writer behind one of Hollywood's most iconic scripts coming up next. Number 5. Paul Schrader. Paul Schrader may not have been part of old Hollywood's early days, but his writing during the 1970s and 1980s bridged the gap between the old and new Hollywood. His script for Taxi Driver, 1976, a film that explored themes of loneliness and alienation, marked a turning point in Hollywood storytelling. Schrader's introspective characters and deep psychological exploration reshaped how films could tackle complex human emotions. What made Schrader's writing so influential? His ability to dive into the darkest corners of the human psyche, creating characters who were both haunting and relatable. How did he change the industry? Number 4. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Although F. Scott Fitzgerald is better known for his literary works, his screenwriting contributions to old Hollywood are often overlooked but no less impactful. Fitzgerald adapted his own novel, The Great Gatsby, 1926, into a screenplay that showcased his ability to translate complex literary narratives into film. His brief and troubled screenwriting career, marked by personal struggles, still left a lasting imprint on Hollywood. What made Fitzgerald's work so significant? His exploration of the American dream, a theme that continued to shape Hollywood storytelling. How did his screenplays influence cinema? By bringing a literary depth to the films he worked on, Fitzgerald helped establish the idea of the American dream in a visual format, forever influencing how films portrayed ambition, love, and loss. Stay tuned to learn how one screenwriter's work became the foundation for old Hollywood's greatest films. Number 3. Herman Mankiewicz. Herman Mankiewicz is best remembered for co-writing the screenplay of Citizen Kane, 1941, a film widely regarded as the greatest ever made. His collaboration with Orson Welles revolutionized filmmaking with non-linear storytelling, intricate character development, and a deep dive into personal and political narratives. Mankiewicz's sharp dialogue and ability to blend the personal with the political made him one of Hollywood's most influential screenwriters. What made Citizen Kane so groundbreaking? Mankiewicz could write a script that felt both intimate and sweeping in its exploration of power, loss, and legacy. How did Mankiewicz shape Hollywood? By introducing new storytelling techniques that changed the way films were made and written, cementing his place in cinematic history. Number 2. Preston Sturges. Preston Sturges was one of the pioneering writers of screwball comedies, known for his sharp wit and impeccable timing. His work on The Lady Eve, 1941, and Sullivan's Travels, 1941, highlighted his ability to blend humor with pointed social commentary. Sturges's scripts often featured strong, independent characters, and his ability to mix slapstick comedy with satirical wit made him a key figure in Hollywood's development of screwball comedy. What made Sturges' writing so unique? It was his perfect blend of fast-paced humor with deeper, sometimes critical insights into society. How did his work impact Hollywood? Number 1. Gene Tierney. While Gene Tierney is better known for her work as an actress, her behind-the-scenes influence on old Hollywood's screenwriting should not be overlooked. As one of the leading women in Hollywood during the 1940s, Tierney played a significant role in influencing the type of roles written for women. Her performances in films like Laura, 1944, and Leave Her to Heaven, 1945, showcased her ability to bring depth to complex female characters, which in turn influenced how screenwriters approached women in the noir genre. What made Tierney's influence so powerful? It was her ability to shape the stories she starred in, bringing a unique strength and complexity to the female roles she portrayed. How did she change Hollywood? Did any of these writers surprise you with their influence on old Hollywood? From the sharp wit of Preston Sturges to the groundbreaking storytelling of Herman Mankiewicz, these screenwriters not only shaped the films of their time, but also left a legacy that continues to impact cinema today. If you enjoyed exploring the powerful minds behind Hollywood's greatest scripts, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more fascinating stories from the world of film. Who knows, the next legend you discover might just be your new favorite.